Hi. Now, talking plastic brooches, let's have a look and see which ones I have. Starting with this, 1950s, this is American. What's really interesting about this brooch is that it's little pieces and then they are fused on. So you have a butterfly and a flower and they are fused on, and I would imagine they were done with a kind of heat wand. Then the pin as well, you can see it has like a little base. Make sure you have focus, little base kind of holding it in securely. And that would be another part of the actual manufacturing process. So I love these. I just have them in the green and white. I know that they do come with red flowers and blue, or the butterflies are different colors, but I prefer all white. Another all white brooch that I have is the fish. These are French. These are super cute. Again, there's two pieces. You can see different layers. See here? So they are fused together and melted. The pin is melted on. It's so hot with a tiny bit of glue. Now these probably, I think, were molded. So there's probably sheets of all the little molds of the fish, and you have this little white body and then the outside. And what's really cool is they come in other colors. So we've got purple, got lots of purple. Then I've got one red, one orange. Look at this. Can you tell I did typing? I can hold lots of things. And then there's a blue one. So of tons of the white, tons of the purple, one of each of the other ones. I originally had yellow as well, and green, which also sold. But they're really fun. I think the fish, they're just, yeah, perfect for summer. Really cool, really retro. Really, yeah. I kept a white fish because am a Pisces. I kept two because you could do them sort of swimming together. You know, they can be a little school, which is nice. Now, another style. I have one left. I sometimes can find another one, but at the moment, I think this is Galilee. It's a tiny little tortoise. Then we've got acrylic. This is a really good example of a 1960s brooch. We know that because of the pin at the back. It's probably from Europe. Most of the UK ones go across. It has a nice little design. You can see there. So I would say this was quite an expensive piece, and it looks really good. It's lovely for a suit. I would wear this for an evening. It's a very formal but really fun brooch. It would be also really cool on like a light jacket. So then we looked at the flower. Oh, another little French one that's really fun. The little dogs. These kind of come and go for me. This is pressure puffy plastic. It's not squishy, but it would have been sort of, again, that idea of like in through a little hose, like psh, 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 and filling it up. And then he's got a kind of acrylic-y painting over top. Underneath it's white. So we've got some little dash hounds. Another good example of a plastic brooch that I have are the waterfalls or chandelier brooches. Very 80s, plastic beads. Give you a little ASMR there. And they have lovely finials at the bottom. I think that's quite nice. They're just brass, gold-plated brass. I have a ton of them, which is why they're quite inexpensive. And I think it's really fun to wear them as like cufflinks, or to like put them along a jacket or cleavage. They're super nice. I think that they wouldn't have survived in a charity shop or secondhand because they would be scratched, but all of mine are still in packaging, so they're perfect. Then I've got these little guys. These are brass, these are British. The pin goes straight across the back. And I just really like the color combination. And I kind of like them as three. I like that they're daisies. And their combination of glass and acrylic beads. And then they're wired together on a little backing. So imagine the inside, these guys, you can kind of, when you're looking at them up close, you can see the wire, and then they're glued in, or not wire, it's more like fishing line. And then they're glued, there's some glue, and also it's almost like on a little colander. So really good example of beadwork. What's really nice, and the difference between sort of cheap and modern, is that they've done two layers. So there's a little froth of lacy beads behind, which is why they just look really like rich and lush. And the little bead in the middle also has the rainbow aurora borealis coating, which was made for Dior. So these are definitely post 50s. I think they're probably 80s, but they could be earlier.